I don't often talk about series that have been canceled, and I honestly feel this one stands out as magnificent and memorable. And the main reason why I want to share this series with you it's because it's a must watch for anybody that enjoys sci-fi, fantasy, and a great exercise of emotions and philosophy. And I'm talking about the series VOA.
You know, we do things without thinking about them at all. And we think things without having the slightest intention of doing them. Well, at least I've learned one thing. People are not like you think they are at all.
The series centers on a blind girl that goes missing for 7 years, and when she comes back, she's in her 20s and she can see. And her family and the people around her don't exactly understand how that happened. They think she's a miracle, but she's also very awkward and she's not sharing what happened to her, where she has been, and certain types of people start navigating towards her. And the series explores something that I hold very dear and interesting, the idea that there is something more to this life than what we can see. Prairie behaves in a strange way, and because of her behavior, she shows interest in high school kids that are misfits, that unfortunately are not very well adapted to society and have tendencies that are considered a bit odd. And she decides to trust them with a story about what happened to her for the 7 years that she has been gone, and possibly where everybody is going. And that is one of the biggest draws of this series for me, which is the power of stories told person to person, as well as the power of imagination, the power of hope, and the philosophical discovery on what happens when you think outside of the confines of this world.
It's identical, even to the broken handle.
What is this, some kind of a game?
What?
That is your bag, lady. You checked it.
Oh, no, that isn't my bag. It looks just like my bag, but my...
Brit Marling plays Prairie in a very unusual way. It's a performance that I would describe as unique and outstanding. I have seen actors doing things that for me would be unusual, but she brings it to the next level. The other cast is comprised of Jason Isaacs, who plays a scientist that has a weird curiosity and he needs Prairie in order to achieve his goals and his very mad scientist ambition. And the high school kids are a fantastic cast, and this show really showed me the power of a different type of storytelling. There is a strong connection with interpretive dance, perhaps song, memories, deja vus, dreams. The other strong piece of this is the writing, and the writing is wonderful. At each episode, you are driven more and more into the madness of the story, into the possibility of what if what Prairie is talking about is real? What if her story is actually not a lie? And this is something that the show plays with very well. Not only she is convincing, but also the kids around her really want to believe her, even though what she's talking about, it's very out there. And I really don't want to tell you what she's talking about. The stories that she's telling the kids around her are very deep, interesting, a little bit perverse, a little bit scary, but at the same time, they are an interesting idea and something cool to think about. So I don't want to spoil any of that for you. And this is just the first season.
I remember. Do remember now, Bartlett. That was an incredibly brave thing you did, Bartlett.
Once you're done with the first season, you are really sure as to where the second season could take you. because your imagination really still thinks within the confines of usual storytelling. And what this show does in the second season is gonna blow your mind yet again. Brit Marling and Jason Isaacs drive a very compelling character drama conflict that you really want to see resolved. With the introduction of a couple of new characters, you are seeing people that you're familiar with in a completely new light. You're discovering new things about them. There are different stories told about the people that you already thought you knew very well. And here's the kicker. Brit Marling contributed a lot to the writing and the production of this fantastic series, and I have seen her in other roles exploring this idea of a world larger than we see, concepts that are bigger and brighter than what we're used to in a regular television drama. And I feel she contributed to the character and the overall story to tell something that is very personal to her. And I really wish there was a third season, but I slightly understand why the story finished in the second season and why there wasn't anything else, even though at the time it was extremely controversial and people were not happy that the story didn't go on.
Heading west?
No. No, I'm not heading west. I'm sorry. I'm not heading west. I'm just going up the road a little way.
Season 2 leaves us in a place that I haven't seen other series go. It was a surprise for everybody, and I don't think I'm spoiling the fact that the show takes off in directions that you don't expect. So obviously you're going to be looking at surprises and twists at every corner. When the second season ends and the show is canceled, I was fairly mad because I felt I needed to know where this piece of imagination goes. Where are the characters going? I know I'm going off in weird tangents, and it is because I love this show, and I would love to sit with anybody who has seen this show and have a 2-hour conversation about 1, 2, or 3 of the concepts that were thrown into this amazing series. 2 seasons available on Netflix that are an example of how ambitious writing, directing, and acting can be combined in a concept that is out of this world, executed extremely well, with deep, powerful messages, an emotional connection with a story that I haven't felt in a long time. It introduces characters that we can relate to, but at the same time are fantastical and out of this world. Ultimately, it tells a story that is concise enough, that is satisfying, even though it was told in 2 seasons, and it is worth your watch, even though the series at the moment has been canceled.
How did we get back there?
Going in a circle. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm not going back.
The OA is a fantastic, out of this world show that I feel those who are looking for slightly deeper storytelling should check out. I am extremely proud of have been thinking about this show and decided to bring it up to you, even though I feel not many people are going to watch this video. But those who are, and you haven't seen this series, log in into Netflix, check it out. You will not be disappointed. I wonder if you have suggestions for series that completely change your mind about the way you look at the world. I'm Jin from Get Me More, and you know where to find me. Thank you for watching.
Needle, please.